Away from the hustle and bustle of the Gold Coast, this is Tamborine Mountain, a 50-minute drive up in the hinterland and home to Pipintook 2. Pipintook 2 is the passion of Ross Howell and Helen Johnson. Ross is one of Australia's most talented chefs and has twice represented Australia at the Bocuse d'Or Culinary Olympics and was placed third in the world at the Global Chef Challenge. He has a wide experience in restaurants and hotels and has now rekindled his original restaurant, Pipintook, which was in Brisbane, with Pipintook 2 up here at Mount Tamborine. Welcome to Gomeo.
Thank you, Jeremy. Glad to be here.
You have an illustrious career, winning 2 gold, 1 silver, 3 bronze medals at the International Culinary Olympics. How important are competitions and awards?
I think they're a good way of benchmarking yourself to find out where you stand, with your cookery abilities, etc., and keeping up with trends. I think it also gives good discipline, so you get yourself organised well and truly for competitions. So that sort of works back and helps you out in a situation in the restaurant.
Okay.
Or in the kitchen.
And what's your philosophy on food and cooking?
Basically, try to keep it simple. As fresh as produce as possible, locally produced if you can, and keeping the meals simple. I think that's what I love about French cooking. It's all about technique. So once you learn the techniques and you perfect the techniques a bit, the rest is easy. You just season well and away you go.
The original Pipintook 2 in Brisbane you had for 12 years. How does this one differ from the original?
This is probably a little bit of a more modern look than the old one, but it's the philosophy for the place is exactly the same. It's all about food. We're a BYO, so we we concentrate on food rather than food and wine.
That's quite unusual in this market.
It is for this day and age, but it's proven quite popular. People are quite enjoying the fact that they can bring their own wine, and I think it's a bit of a nostalgia thing too. It takes them back to the years, 20, 30 years ago when there was a few owner-operated BIOs around, which were doing good food in Brisbane.
Okay. You run a regional restaurant. It's a long way from the hustle and bustle. How does this work, and are there any special challenges?
No, we're not. Luckily, we're about an hour away from Brisbane, so it's not too much drama getting stock from good suppliers and etc. Basically, we have a good clientele coming through, which are locals, and they're the ones we want to look after because we want to be a little bit of a local spot.
Yep.
But having said that, because of our past in Brisbane and having the restaurants in Brisbane and the Pipintook original one in Brisbane, we've got a good clientele from Brisbane which come up and stay at the beautiful B&Bs and whatnot around the place and come and join us Friday, Saturday nights, or Sunday lunches.
And do you have relationships with some of the B&Bs so that they send people to you and vice versa?
Yes, indeed we do. Yep. Yeah, there's half a dozen or so on the mountain, which are close to and a lot of them are walking distance from the restaurant, which is good, so you can have a few tipples and not feel worried about driving home.
Well, it's important these days. How has your food style changed over the years, do you think?
I don't think it's changed too much at all. I've refined it, and I've refined a lot of recipes, and but I don't think it's changed too much at all. I was lucky enough to train at the Crescent International Hotel. We had a lot of good chefs there at the time, and it was a classical French hotel. So I was lucky to get a good grounding in French, and also at that time during college. There was a lot of French techniques in the colleges being taught, which are great, and you probably don't get them so much these days.
Okay, excellent. You describe Pipintook 2 as being a bistronomy restaurant. Do you think the restaurant styles are changing, and is fine dining dead in a sense?
I think fine dining is well and truly gone. There's a few small, not small, but there's a few restaurants, small amount of restaurants which are fine dining, and they probably do it very well, and they can pick up the market. But generally speaking, especially for a situation like we are here, where it's basically your local bistro, so we're not really running down the fine dining track. Having said that, the food's of a good quality, and hopefully serving it at a reasonable price. That's where we get the bistronomy from.
So that's your definition of bistronomy?
Yes.
So high quality at a good price?
High quality food at a good price, yeah.
Okay. What keeps you going in this tough profession? You've been in it a while.
About 41 years now, Jeremy, so yeah, it has been a while. I couldn't imagine myself doing anything else. I've had a few positions where I've been overseeing as an executive chef for large brigades, and to tell you the truth, although that was good experience and good, I enjoyed it and met a lot of good, really nice people, I much preferred just to put myself in the kitchen, hide away, it's my little laboratory, and do the food that I do.
Okay. This is quite a small restaurant. I think Helen said it seats 30 at max. You know, there's quite a few small restaurants now run by husband and wife teams. How important is it to have Helen work with you?
Oh, Helen's sensational. And also, basically I like to bury myself in the kitchen and stay behind the scenes and not be noticed too much. I'm not having to talk to too many people. But Helen's wonderful. She's a very charismatic person, and she's also a wonderful, articulate lady who knows the industry very, very well as well.
Yeah, that's really good. Thank you, Ross. I mean, Pippin Took 2 is definitely worth a detour up the mountain. So
thank you very much.
I look forward to lunch, and I wish you very well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.